Hey everybody, I hope everybody is doing good. So this video, just recently I kind of thought I wanted to get my nails done. Very rarely, I used to get acrylics a lot when I was in high school, but I really haven't gotten them lately. I don't really know why, but I was like, I need to make an appointment to get my nails done. And then I'm like, you know what, I could probably do this myself. So I'm not gonna lie, I was inspired by videos on YouTube of people doing acrylic tutorials and whatnot. And then, I went and I got all my own stuff, and I'm just gonna show you my own spin on it. So I am a professional cosmetologist, so I have studied nails somewhat. I have learned about acrylics in schooling, but I have never physically done acrylics. So I guess that kind of makes me like half professional. So don't judge me. This is my first time doing them, so I am still learning. I hopefully will improve on these. But this is the end result. This is the full set I did on myself. This is what it looks like. And I show you how to do one nail after this. Now, I am going to say this practice makes perfect. You're not going to get it perfect on your first time. I already have some lifting on some nails. I would show you if I could find... Okay, this nail right here, if you can see right there, is already starting to lift. But this is my first time doing it, so it's not going to be perfect the first time. I'm sure the more I do it, the more down pat I'll get it. But I'll say for this being my very first time doing it, I think I did a pretty good job. So, if you guys want to see how I did it and kind of get some ideas and kind of learn the technique and whatnot and how you could do it, just please keep watching. Most of the stuff I got to do it, I bought from Sally's. It costed me about $35. So you figure that's how much you're going to pay to get a full set put on at a salon. So, and a lot of these products can be used more than once. So, yep, so on to the nail demo. Okay, so the items you're going to need are as follows. You're going to need a nail file. This is a 180 by 100 grit nail file. A brush to apply the acrylic with. This is from, sorry guys, I'm like at a super weird angle right now. This is by Beauty Secrets number 8. This is a brush from Sally's. I believe the brush was like $7 or $8. Tips. I bought the white ones just because I didn't feel like, buying clear and white acrylic powder. So I just bought the white tips. You're going to need a nail buffer. This one has 4 different roughness, whatever you call it, like each side gets rougher, and then it has a softer, shiny, buffy side. You're going to need a nail dehydrator. This is by OPI. It's called Bond Aid. I already had this, so I didn't need to buy it at Sally's, but I'm sure that Sally's does sell one. So this is the nail dehydrator, and then you're also going to want to have a nail primer. This is also by OPI. It's called Bond X. So, and like I'm sure you can find that at Sally's also. This is a nail primer. You're going to need nail glue to actually glue your nail tip on with. You're going to need acrylic powder. I got the clear just because I feel like that'd be the easiest to work with. But you can get pink or, pink and white, natural, whatever. This is the brand No Lift Nails. There also is a brand Beauty Secrets. They were sold out, so I got this brand. This is the powder. And then you kind of want to make sure you get the same brand of monomer or acrylic nail liquid to go with it. I don't know, I just wouldn't really, kind of like switch. I would keep the same brand of liquid and powder. So this is the acrylic liquid. And then this is just, you could easily pour it, but this is just a clear squeezy thing to get it out of the container to put in your little clear glass jar. You're going to need a clear top coat. You're going to need nail clippers. And you're going to need a brush cleaner. And then last thing you're going to want is just a little glass jar to put your liquid in. And this is because you never want to dip into your liquid between powder and applying because you will contaminate the liquid. So you want to pour a separate amount every time. I'm going to try and film this as good as I can. It's going to be tricky just because the angle I'm at, but we're going to try. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to prep. As you can see, I've done every nail except this one, so I'm going to do this one for you guys. So the first thing you want to do is you want to prep your nail, and by doing that you want to push your cuticle back. Just because you don't want to get any acrylic on your cuticle because that is what will cause lifting. So you want to push your cuticle back. Then what you want to do is you want to rough up your nail just a little bit. So I'm taking this with the finer grit and I'm just going over my nail a little bit. Just like that. You don't need to do it a whole lot, just a little. And then you want to take your primer and your dehydrator. First you're going to dehydrate your nail. So you're going to put just a little bit of that on your nail. And you will see it kind of spread on your nail. And then you want to prime it. Just like that. Okay, after you've done that, you want to take your nail tips and you want to find a nail tip that kind of fits the specific nail that you are doing. So you want to kind of just lay it flat and make sure that it you know, fits. If you need to file the sides just a tad to make it fit a little bit better, you can go ahead and do so. And now people will put the nail tip on in full like this and then clip it down to the length that they want. I don't like doing that just because I don't have the special tool to actually clip it. They do make a special tool that is meant for clipping these so it doesn't put a lot of pressure on the actual base so it lifts. So I kind of just clip it before I even glue it on. So just clip from both sides and then kind of lift up and it will come right off. And then that's what you're left with, and that's what's gonna be glued onto your finger. So now you're gonna take your nail glue. You can apply the glue to the tip. I found that applying the glue directly to my fingernail works better. So I'm just gonna apply some glue to my fingernail. I'm gonna take the nail tip, place it where I would like it, and hold down for a couple of seconds. And you're gonna want to hold down. It's not gonna stick right away. You're gonna have to hold it down for a good minute or two. Okay, so I have my tip on. As you can see, it's still a little bit longer than I really want, and I'm not going to file down that much, so I'm just going to clip a little bit more off of the length. And just kind of take that off. So that's what you have. So now you're going to want to do your filing. Obviously you're going to want to file it in the shape that you want. And I'm sorry if you guys can't really see this too well, but I'm just kind of filing straight across. I don't like my nails really long at all, so I do keep them pretty short. So once you've get the shape that you want straight across. Make sure it's even. You don't want it like all jagged. The whole point is to kind of make these look professional. So there's that. And then you're going to want to file the sides. And kind of file that point of the tip just so it blends better into your natural nail. Right there is where I'm talking about on both sides. Just so when you place the acrylic, it doesn't kind of pop up and stick out. Then I'm just going to take my buffing block and kind of get all of that dust off. Okay, so that is what you are left with when you're done filing. So you have your tip on, you know you have the shape that you want. You're going to kind of just want to make sure you get all the dust off. You don't want no dust residue under the acrylic. So we have that. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your little glass jar, and I'm sorry I can't really get this in the frame because I obviously want you to see what I'm doing with my nails, but you're going to take your acrylic liquid. I'm only doing it one nail, so I'm not going to squirt a bunch in because you obviously don't want to waste, because what you squirt in this little glass jar once you're done is going to be contaminated and you need to get rid of it. You can't pour it back into the container. So I take my little thing and put a little bit of it in the container. Now I'm warning you, acrylic liquid is a very, very strong smell. So when you're doing this, you need to be somewhere that you have the window open and you have a draft going, because it is a very, very, very strong smell. And then you're going to want to get your powder. That's just what it looks like. It just looks like white powder. And so I want to kind of show you like how I'm doing this. I wonder if I should zoom out. Okay, so I can't even get it in the frame. Alright, so what you're going to end up doing is going to dip your brush completely into the liquid, and you're going to kind of scrape off the excess. You don't want the brush stopping when you dip it into the powder. And then you're going to just take the tip and kind of drag it through the powder to form a ball on the end of your brush like that. And you're going to apply that to the tip. Just like that. Wipe off the excess liquid. And then just kind of move the powder around on the tip. Now what you're going to do is you're going to dip again, scrape off, get another ball, and you're going to put that on the middle portion of your nail, right there. And kind of just distribute it as you need. You want to make sure when you're doing this, you're not getting it on the sides of your nail or your cuticle. You don't want it on any part of your nail that's going to cause it to lift. So that's what you have so far, and then we're going to take one last ball to cover that bottom portion. You're going to want this ball to be a little bit smaller just because you have a shorter area to cover, and you don't want that hitting your cuticle, so you need very little, just like that. So once you have applied the acrylic, that is what it's going to look like. It may look thick, it may look a little bit uneven and chunky, but that's okay because when you actually file your nails, you know, you'll take care of all of that. So what you want to do after you have done, once you're finished with applying all your acrylic and powder, what you want to do is take a brush cleaner. This is, take your brush cleaner, and what you want to do is take your brush, dip it in the brush cleaner, kind of swirl it around, and then wipe it off on a paper towel. And kind of do that 1 or 2 times. And this is because you don't want the acrylic hardening in your brush, because that will just totally ruin your brush. So you want to make sure you get all of the acrylic residue off of your brush. So then we're going to let that sit. So now after you've applied the acrylic, you need to let it set for about 3 or 4 minutes before you start filing, because you want it to actually harden before you start filing at it.